Rain lashed against the school windows the day Maya transferred to East Ridge High. It wasn't just the weather that was stormy, it was her heart. The 16-year-old girl with tightly coiled braids and piercing hazel eyes stood at the entrance of the school hallway, her knuckles white from clenching her backpack straps. Her family had moved from Detroit after her father's job relocated, and Maya was no stranger to starting over. But this time was different. This time, she wasn't just the new girl. She was the outsider in a town where everyone had grown up together, where football reigned supreme, and where difference was often met with resistance. From the moment she walked into her first period, whispers trailed behind her like shadows. "Who's that? She talks funny. She looks like trouble." Maya had always kept her head down, focused on grades, music, and the karate lessons her mother had signed her up for when she was 10. Strength, her sensei always said, is not in your fists. It's in your spine. So Maya stood tall until she crossed paths with a group of boys who believed the school belonged to them. The East Ridge Lions weren't just athletes, they were treated like royalty. Captain of the team, Mason Harper, was the kind of guy teachers gave second chances to, and students either feared or adored. Mason had a particular talent for sniffing out those who didn't fit the mold. And Maya? She shattered it. She didn't swoon over him. She didn't laugh at his jokes. And worse, she stood up for a freshman girl he had mocked in the cafeteria. "You think you're tough, new girl?" Mason had sneered. "Just wait. We'll see how tough you are." At first, it was small things. Locker graffiti. "Go back where you came from," scrawled on her books. Water spilled accidentally on her chair. Maya said nothing. She remembered what her sensei taught her: patience is power. But silence, she learned, sometimes only feeds the fire. The breaking point came on a Friday afternoon. The hallway was nearly empty, everyone having rushed off for the big game. Maya was walking toward her locker when she saw them, Mason and two of his teammates, Chad and Reese, leaning casually against the lockers, as if they were waiting for her. The moment she passed, they stepped into her path. "Going somewhere?" Mason asked, grinning. "I don't have time for this," she said, trying to walk around them. But Reese slammed a hand on the locker beside her. "You think you're better than us?" Chad moved behind her, boxing her in. "Why don't you smile more? Might actually look cute." Then Mason leaned closer. "Let's see how tough you really are." Everything happened in seconds. Maya felt her breath catch. She'd been here before, in different ways, in different cities. But something inside her snapped, not fear, but fire. She dropped her backpack. She pivoted on her heel. Her knee shot up, clean and sharp, straight into Mason's gut. The impact echoed in the hallway like a gunshot. He crew. "I told you," she said, voice steady. "Don't mess with me." A teacher rushed into the hallway moments later, alerted by the commotion. By then, Mason was on the floor, moaning, and Maya stood tall, eyes burning but calm. For the first time in days, she felt seen. What followed was a media storm. The story exploded on social media. "New girl knocks out football captain." Some praised her. Others questioned her violence. But surveillance footage didn't lie. The school launched an investigation. Mason and his friends were suspended from the team. Their perfect season ended before it began. Colleges pulled back their offers. Maya, too, faced scrutiny. She was called to the office, to board meetings, to speak with district officials. But she never flinched. She told the truth calmly, clearly, and without shame. "I defended myself. I didn't start anything. But I ended it." Support poured in from other students, some who had been harassed by the team but had stayed silent. Maya's strength became a spark. A movement grew in East Ridge High. Posters went up: "No more silence. No more fear." A self-defense club was started. Girls and even boys joined, led by Maya and a volunteer instructor from her old dojo. But it wasn't just about fighting. It was about standing up. Speaking out. refusing to be boxed in by fear. One day, months later, Maya stood on the auditorium stage during a school assembly. The principal, who once hesitated to take her side, now handed her a Student Leadership Award. She looked out over the crowd, not just at the friends she had made, but at the ones she had inspired. "I didn't come here to be a hero," she said into the mic. "I just wanted to feel safe." We all do. So if you ever feel like your voice doesn't matter, use it anyway. If you think no one will stand with you, stand anyway. You're stronger than you know.